Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I'm going to show you some amazing ways that you can make PDFs in your classroom editable, easy to use, and easily shareable, even through your Google Classroom. So we're going to talk about Kami. You can see the link for this presentation is right here at bit.ly/EBRKami. It will live there. Please feel free to come back to this if you need a refresher or if you want to train your own staff on it. Take this presentation and use that. You don't have to do something new. So what we're going to talk about today is one like, what is Kami? Why is it for me? Then we're going to talk about how to use it. I'm going to show you some examples. We're going to walk through the major things. And then last, we're going to talk about badges. Every month, I've started doing a series, and every month I'm going to talk about a new badge you can get. Because everybody loves badges, put them on your email, or just that gold star feeling. So this month, we're talking about Kami. So we're going to walk through those steps. I hope you enjoy it. I really think Kami's awesome. So let's dive right in. So I am, look, my face, we'll put my face over my face. I am Bonnie Chalette. I'm a tech facilitator. I work at the PDC. If you ever need, if you're ever there, stop on by. You can reach me at bchalette@ebrschools.org. You can find my Twitter if you're in the Edu Twitterverse. It's just my name. And then you can find my own website at bit.ly/bchalette. And that's where I just kind of put a lot of these resources as a home so I can easily share them. So what is Kami? And I'm going to move my face now because Kami is something that allows you to take any document, say the curriculum, that is a PDF, write, draw on it, annotate it. You can divide it up and just enhance it and make it more than a flat PDF. You can make that interactive. It's crazy awesome. It's really intuitive, but at the same time, very simple to use. And this year, EBR purchased the education license. So if you were a Kami user in the past, you had a lot of free stuff, but now we have some really amazing features. And thanks to the district, I think we have a ton of users. And I read recently, I look at the analytics, and we've had teachers that made over 2 million annotations in the last month. So it's great. And if you're not, I'm gonna sell you on it, and you can use it with everybody else. So students, when they log in, and I'll walk through the login process. When they log in, it'll automatically add that license to theirs. And I'll show you what it looks like. If you have a problem logging in or anything with like a license or anything, you contact me. I'm your person. I can fix it. So I'm gonna show you all the tools that you have at your disposal through Kami. You can get students to return work. You can interact. You can use it as a digital whiteboard. You can make voice notes. You can talk around the whole class, discussion, a lot more. And it goes with Google Classroom, which to me is like my favorite feature in the whole world. Because if there's a Google Classroom button, people are in. So right here, I want to talk about, I'm going to put myself over a teacher right here. This is who you're worried about, right? Right here. So we're talking about how you could use Kami. So for teachers, you can use it for collaboration, that real-time interaction, whether you're hybrid, virtual, or face-to-face. Kami is a useful tool. Like I said, it integrates with Google Classroom and with Canvas. If you're creating a Canvas course for your school, totally available for that. And it'll cut out that printing. The printer, you always have issues. Like, let's get away from printing. And I know with PDFs, that's been a struggle because how do you get students to write on it? Here you go. And students, it's very user-friendly. Don't think if you're elementary or high school, it's for everybody. And so you can the students can even convert scanned PDFs into interactive documents. So if you're an admin, here are some pluses. Save money on printing. You can use it for all of your grades, not just like one grade or the other. And it's got some tools for like special education. I know we did a special training for ESS. and they were amazing. And we used a lot of the extra features for them. So there's some really, really great stuff. And it is COPPA, FERPA, and all those things compliant, so you don't have to worry about student data. So this is what the free account is. I'm gonna cover that up because this is what we have right here, right here. We have the teacher plan. So you're gonna have all the tools, dictionary, equation. I know you math people always like when it's a lot more simple. Text to speech, which is a wonderful accommodation for everybody. You can make video comments, which you cannot do in Google Docs. It's got that Google Classroom integration, like I said. You've got the ability to sign and get signatures, which is like amazing. You can insert images. You can make voice comments. So if you want to say, read the directions again, or you want to explain it more elaborately, you can do that, and it's really simple. And you can even do a little screen capture. And I know in like this virtual and hybrid setting, we've all realized how helpful just a quick visual can be. And it really is simple. I'm not just telling you it's simple and it's not simple. It really is. And this right here, let me circle this real big. You can split and merge. So if you have one huge 100-page document, maybe the Louisiana State curriculum, and you just need this page, or you just need this reading selection, you can do that really simply. You can divide it all up at once, or just take out what you like at each time. So all these features are free. Thanks, and you all have an account. So this is kind of important. You are going to have to go to Kami app. So if you go to Kami.com, it's a Japanese Japanese company. And there also is a Kami Chrome extension. It's kind of optional. That's up to you if you want to. I tend to go straight to the app, but that's just me. So we can go ahead and dive in to what it looks like. And let's get started. Let's do some hands-on. I'm going to go over this Kami handbook, like I said, but if later you want to come back to this, this is a really good list of everything I'm about to talk about with some visuals. And you can always watch this recording, or reach out to me. And I've got a playlist of some quick tutorials you could use for you or your students. So we're going to dive in. This is kamiapp.com. You can see it says sign up for free because it does have some great free features that a lot of our educators have been using. But you don't need to, I'm going to hit sign in. And this is really important whenever you use, like you're trying to do something through EBR. It's really important that you hit that login with Google button. And it'll let you select what account. But you always want to go log in through Google on any educational tool you're trying to use, because that's how you're going to get that single sign-on. That's how you're going to get that operability that EBR is paying for. So this is my home page right here. I have options straight out the bat. I can split and merge. That's what we were talking about. I can open something straight from my Google Drive. This is probably going to be the most common thing we do. If you've got stuff saved on your desktop, you can open it from your computer. You can create a Google Classroom assignment, or you can just start a new blank page. And it'll even kind of, like Google Classroom, have like the recent stuff you've worked on. So at the bar at the top, you can see I'm signed on. If you have an account that does not say EDU, let me know. I can fix it. They did update with a dark mode if you're interested. And so you just really want to make sure like you can kind of make it accommodate you. The 3 lines up here, I do have these same options. And once again, the create assignment. So I'm going to start there. I'll start with split and merge, and then I'll jump into create an assignment, because I feel like split and merge is something, like I said, I know that a lot of my Kate teachers, a lot of, my teachers that are just really using the curriculum well, really struggle with the fact that they're PDFs. So I've already saved the files I'm going to use to my drive, and it's going to be connected because I signed in with my Google account. All of my PDFs are, all of my documents are here. And so I'm just going to dive right in. So I'm going to use that Kami Handbook, just hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And this is where it's going to allow me to decide what I want to do with this. So I've got my document that I want to edit, that I want to split. Now, like you said, notice you can merge. So if you've got a PDF over here and a PDF over here, you want to bring that together, that is also an option. So I'm going to hit next. And look, it takes my document, spans it out over, one by one, and then I can really edit the way I want. I can decide how I want to do it. I might pick just a few pages. I might just want this. And then I know the next day I'm just going to need this for my training. I can split it up into all these different sets and then export it. Or even say you put all the graphic organizers in the curriculum on this row. I have the option to either split it into one page, like each one is on its own page, or split it, export it as a group. And I just think that's a really, really great way to handle this. Like I can do all this at once. I can take these big documents that I got and just fix them up. So I'm going to hit export just so you see what this looks like. You're going to have those options. You can download it straight to your computer. I know not everybody is into the cloud like me. You can open it in Kami, or you can save it to your Google Drive for later. Say you sat here and divided a document. You can do that and just save it for later as well. I'm going to go ahead and open this in Kami. So this is something that I created, that I separated. And now I'm going to jump in and open that with Kami. So here I am, all loaded up, ready to go. All right. So you're like, oh, new screen, tons of buttons. But they're a good thing. They're good buttons. All right, so I'm going to walk you through. I also, on this, on the slide deck, you have a lovely little thing with all the buttons laid out. So you don't ever have to be concerned because I got you. I got you. So if you do not see this panel, sometimes it can be hidden. You can see I got those little 2 triangles down there. It'll just toggle over. And trust me, don't feel bad because it took me far too long to figure that out. So here's some options I have. I have a dictionary for students that can use. I have text to speech, which is super neat. So you can see right here, it will read aloud to me. And so you can say like read page or loop. You can change the voice. So just different, a default voice, and you can change the speed. So right here, if I wanted to start reading, I'm using the audio for this video, but it's reading it out loud, just like the students would need. So just super, super easy way. If you've got something that needs to be read, if you got students on accommodation, or if you don't, you just have a student that likes to be read aloud, you can do that. Books, like I know I have a lot of teachers, I've seen teachers like record themselves reading, which is super cool, and the kids love it. But it sometimes maybe you could use this as well. So markup is something that's super popular. I know we've been encouraging our students for years now to use highlighters and really mark up the text. Here you go. You have a highlighter. You have a box highlighter, which is my preference because I draw highlighters ugly. But so I have that box highlighter where I can highlight, a big area. Also have a little undo button if I do an ugly highlight. which is like my favorite button. And so I've got my highlight right here. I can pick my colors. I can strike through, maybe as an editing tool. If you want to say like, take this out, you can strike through it, or you can underline it. So you've got lots of options with that annotation. Like I said, I know we have been telling our students, and now you have that option because in virtual or in a hybrid setting, to get them to mark up that text, and you be able to see it, like, you know, so they're not having to deal with that paper. One of my favorite features is the comments. You can take anything now and really add that personalized touch, just like if you were there, and saying like, hey, look at this again. You can even say, like, you can make a little video and be like, hey, look at this. So you got some options here. You have a text comment, you have a voice comment, a video comment, which is super neat, or a screen capture, which is awesome because then you could can do whatever right next to the instructions for the kids. Like, no excuses why you don't know how, because I had a text comment, I had a video comment, and I even, with my voice, said, write your name. I saw a middle schooler, don't have to write their name. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, is this so hard? Nope. I just click my button, see how it's highlighted here. I click where I want it, it comes up. Bam. And they add these little. So if I want to voice type, I have that option, and so do the students. If the students, you know, if you have a student that likes to voice type, they have that option right there. So text comment, done. Voice comment, same thing. I make sure it's highlighted, I click, and it's going to start recording that audio. It's going to ask you to allow it, but then it's going to start recording that audio automatically. So right here, I can, you know, read something or anything I need to right here, done. And now it's saved there. When I share with my students, it's there for them. The video comment, it's not going to like because I'm already using the camera. But right here, it's gonna open that up and automatically record. All right, so like I said, it doesn't love that I have two cameras running, but it is super easy. And then you have the screen capture, which is something that, you know, a lot of people really like, because you can show the students like, okay, you gotta click here, and then you type in your username, and then you go here. So you can give them that considerable visual of exactly where they need to click. Oh, I'm still doing a video comment. Sorry. So I've got my screen capture right here. All right, so I've got that. Like I said, comments super easy. Go ahead and mark it in. Help elaborate on those, especially like if you've got a PDF and the instructions are kind of confused, or you're like, hey, you can skip this, or hey, you need to make sure you go here. You can annotate instructions. I don't know if you noticed, but clear instructions are like kind of important to me. All right, so I'm going to jump in to a text box. Say I'm like, I need something right here. I need to add something. I can do that. And add that text on there, and make it and add to my document now. Equations, like I said, all of my, I got all my equations. I can add all my symbols. I know it's like such a struggle. And I know math teachers have tons of extensions and they've done such cool stuff. But you don't have to do that. Drawing, I don't know, I wouldn't draw much, but I can. You can just circle something really big. Might be better, you know, might be easier if you use a touch screen, but you can draw stuff, which is super cool. I'm making it sound like that's an amazing feature we didn't have just a few years ago. Got options for shapes, and I've got a lovely eraser that'll clear off one thing or just everything. If I'm like, I hate all of this, I can clear up all the annotations or just what's selected. You want to add an image in there, completely doable. You can even add it by Google search. So if I want to go in Instead of opening that separate tab, I can Google search it. I can get, I told you, Japanese company. If I need an image, I'm just gonna select this icon because it came up. But if I need an image, it'll add it in there for me. And I think that's just really neat. That I don't have to open up that tab and I can just get rid of it with a click of a button. Now, my ESS people, I know have been trained on this. If you missed our training, I have the recording. But you do have a signature option. Now, you cannot send this document to somebody not in our domain, like a parent, and get them to sign. This is something you can use with other teachers in EBR's domain. So I know a lot of people really would like that feature, and maybe one day. But for right now, you can get signatures from people in our domain. So I already have made my signature. You see right here, you draw your signature. I drew this a while, and I can just insert it on something. So, like sometimes, I have HR stuff I have to fill out or anything like that. That's PDF. Bow, there's my signature, done. So I hope we're getting it. It's different when you make a video because I would love to hear like your questions right now. But make sure you reach out to me if you have a question. Like I'm totally here to help. I can see right here this is saved. Right here I can go back and open a file. Here are my share options. So I've got just kind of like Google Docs. We're all here on this. I've got annotation settings. I can turn off where people can't print it, which might be helpful if this is like a confidential thing. Share the collaboration. If you want to share this with a group of kids and you just don't have time to like put it in one place, you can share a link and everybody that has access can annotate or not, your choice. Those are all optioned under sharing. And like whenever you see the V with the three dots, that's generally like that's a sharing icon. Can print, save it, download it if you're like big on you having stuff on your desktop. Great help button. And then I've got my menu over here. And it kind of goes back to all the things we've talked about so far. And so what I'm going to do, what everybody is the most excited about, is I'm going to click Create Assignment. And look at this. It looks just like Google Classroom. It's so amazing. So I select my class. I can pick my students just like you could. You could pick certain students however you like. I'm gonna select them all. You can save it as a draft, just like you would in Google Classroom. Practice. I'm not going to add instructions, but right here I can change that points. I can put a due date, schedule. I can schedule it for later, which is like everybody's favorite thing too. Say you've got your planning period. You plan out like 3 days worth of stuff and schedule it. So it kind of runs automatically. You can do that straight from Kami too. You don't have to always go to Google Classroom. I can label those topics. And this is something I found really cool, is that in the beginning, you can include Kami instructions to students. And I can link to where it will immediately open with Kami. Previously, I hit assign, and now it's in my Google Classroom. Previously, you may have seen a Kami drop down on Google Classroom. I didn't like it that much anyway. So it has gone away, but it was glitchy. So I wasn't sad when they took it away. And then right here, I'm done. Like I got it. I posted it on Google Classroom. My students now have access, and they have access to all of these features. If I want to open it in Classroom, shout out to all. I have a lovely group of teachers that join a Google Classroom with me so I can practice. So shout out to them. But you can see right here, I've got the Kami export. I've got Kami in Google Classroom, like the instructions, and open with Kami. And that's up to you if you want to include the instructions. That might be something you go over, but it is really neat that you have that option to include them. All right. So that's it. That's a lot. I know that's a lot, but then again, like it's a lot, but it's super simple at the same time. Feel free to refer back to this if you're like, what was that button for? This is all right here waiting for you. I also have some gifts built in here. So if you forget where the dictionary, the text to speech are, that it's all here. You can kind of refer back to it. And so just you're like, why would I use this? Or, what use does this have in my class? So English, pretty straightforward. You're going to mark it up. You're going to have those comment tools, rich text, mathematics. We've told you, the equation editor and the shapes. For our ELL kids, we've got dictionary, text to speech. Science, you've got screen captures, you can freehand, and you can add images where students can edit over it. And accommodations, you can do text to speech, drawing freehand. And then, like I said, there's those other features that LMS integration, Google Classroom, split and merge. I'm a huge fan of that. I feel like it should be number one. But so now, let's jump into the fun stuff. I like badges. Everybody likes badges. About becoming a Kami Certified Educator. If you're Google level 1 or level 2, it's completely different. And I like the way they do it. It's cool. So to become a Kami Certified Educator, first, you have to apply. Don't take that too serious. They just, they don't want a bunch of spam. You just type in your email. And they will send you a link to the Kami Academy. I'm going to pull that up. This is what it looks like. This is your Kami Academy. So I've got, these are all my skills. They say it takes about an hour. And you can see who's online now and additional videos and stuff, which is fun. And then I'm going to go down here because I want to show you the next step. So you give them your email. They send you a link to this course. It's not just open online all the time. Like David sends you a link. Then you can follow them on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and tell your story about why you love it. If you are not into social media, they have a place for that as well. So it's completely okay if you're not in the Twitterverse already. And then once you share out your story, you'll fill in, they have a form right here that's confirmation, and you're going to get your badge, and then you're going to tell me, and we're going to show it off. I think some teachers at Glen Oaks are talking about getting like Girl Scout sashes, which I'm super excited about and completely on board for. So that's all I'm going to talk about today. I do Kami trainings probably once a week. If you've got something specific, if your school would like something specific, just let me know. I can come into your PLC. Like, you don't have to set aside it's extra time. I know you're busy. Let me know. I can pop into your PLC if you got some questions. We can do one-on-one. Just let me know. And so I really appreciate everybody. Just as a last kind of tidbit, Kami has a really cool YouTube channel. So if you want some next steps, they've got whole videos dedicated to math or ELA. I'm a huge fan. So thanks everybody so much for listening. I'll be back next month with a new badge. I'm really, really looking forward to hearing the cool stuff you're doing with Kami. All right. Ciao.